morning. This is Pastor Jeff, and this is our daily lectionary readings for Sunday, September 1st. September 1st! This is Proper 17. We're in year B, and with it being Sunday, we are going to be reading the four scriptures that we use during our worship service. Our first reading is from Deuteronomy chapter 4, verses 1 and 2, and then verses 6 through 9. The heading for this reading is God's Law, Sign of a Great Nation. So now Israel gives heed to the statutes and ordinances that I am teaching you to observe, so that you may live to enter and occupy the land that the Lord, the God of your ancestors, is giving you. You must neither add anything to what I command you, nor take away anything from it, but keep the commandments of the Lord your God, with which I am charging you. You must observe them and perform them, for this will show your wisdom and discernment to the people, who when they hear all of their statutes will say, surely this great nation is a wise and discerning people. For what other great nation has a God so near to it as the Lord, our God, who is wherever we call to him? And what other great nation has statutes and ordinances as just as the entire law that I am setting before you today? But take care and watch yourselves closely, so as neither to forget the things that your eyes have seen, nor to let them slip from your minds all the days of your life. Make them known to your children and your children's children. Our psalm reading today comes from Psalm 15, with the heading, Abiding on God's Holy Hill. O Lord, who may abide in your tent, who may dwell on your holy hill, those who walk blamelessly and do what is right and speak the truth from their hearts, who do not slander with their tongues, who do not do evil to their friends, nor heap shame upon their neighbors, in whose eyes the wicked are despised, but who honor those who fear the Lord, who stand by their oath, even to their hurt, who do not lend money at interest, and do not take a bribe against the innocent. Those who do these things shall never be moved. Our second reading comes from James chapter 1, verses 17 through 27, with the heading being called, Be Doers of the Word. Every generous act of giving, with every perfect gift, is from above, coming down from the Father of lights, with whom there is no variation or shadow due to change. In fulfillment of his own purposes, he gave birth to us by the word of truth, so that we would become a kind of first fruit of his creatures. You must understand this, my beloved brothers and sisters. Let everyone be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to anger. For human anger does not produce God's righteousness. Therefore, rid yourself of all sordidness and rank growth of wickedness, and welcome the meekness, the implanted word that has the power to save your souls. But be doers of the word, and not merely hearers who deceive themselves. For if any are hearers of the word and not doers, they are like those who look at themselves in a mirror. For they look at themselves and on going away immediately forget what they look like. But those who look into the perfect law, the law of liberty, and persevere, being not hearers who forget, but doers who act, they will be blessed in their doing. If any think they are religious and do not bridle their tongues, but deceive their hearts, their religion is worthless. Religion that is pure and undefiled before God the Father is this: to care for the orphans and widows and their distress, and to keep oneself unstained by the world. Our gospel reading today comes from the Gospel of Mark. It is a split reading: 7, 1 through 8, 14 and 15, and then 21 through 23, with the heading Authentic Religion. Now, when the Pharisees and some of the scribes who had come from Jerusalem gathered around him, they noticed that some of his disciples were eating with defiled hands, that is, without washing them. For the Pharisees and all the Jews who do not eat unless they thoroughly wash their hands, thus observing the tradition of the elders. And they do not eat anything from the market unless they wash. And there are also many other traditions that they observe: the washing of cups and pots and bronze kettles and beds. So the Pharisees and the scribes asked him, "Why do your disciples not walk according to tradition of the elders, but eat with defiled hands?" And he said to them, "Isaiah prophesied rightly about you hypocrites. As for it is written, this people honor me with their lips, but their hearts are far from me. In vain do they worship me, teaching human precepts as doctrine." You abandon the commandments of God and hold on to human tradition. Then he called the crowd again and said to them, "Listen to me, all of you, and understand. There is nothing outside a person that by going in can defile, but things that come out are what defile. For it is from within, from the human heart, that evil intentions come: sexual immorality, theft, murder, adultery, avarice, wickedness, deceit, debauchery, envy, slander, pride, folly. All these evil things come from within, and they defile a person." And here ends our readings for the day.